Hi everyone. I'm just going to skip the intro because Liv already made an amazing one. But always feel free to connect me on LinkedIn and have chats about anything you are wondering. This is a short talk outline that what we're going to be going through today. I'll kind of go through my insights for scaling B2B SEO, considering based on the recent case study that I have already kind of, let's say, not published, but entered to an award, fingers crossed. So I'll be giving real examples on what we did and how we could achieve the story. Is someone call it success, but I don't think that every case study has like millions of clicks or impressions, but you can call it as a success story or achievement and case study. So I'm a co-founder of global cybersecurity network.com. This is an all-in-one platform that connects cybersecurity companies, people or companies looking for cybersecurity solutions, or enthusiasts that are looking for more insights and information about cybersecurity. And basically, we are trying to create cybersecurity awareness as well in one niche platform. So a quick snapshot of the case study here. We reached, obviously, we had some key KPIs because in 2024, we wanted to achieve some results that we can actually call it as a case so that we can connect to potential investors, pitch our startup idea, or we can submit to award entries or, do our own PR basically. So we had to set some KPIs and considering the keyword search volumes and the potential clicks we could receive, etc., with content strategy. Then obviously, since we are a startup, we had a limited budget, we had a limited capacity and team, so we had to kind of distribute our whole budget considering these aspects. And obviously, we came up with a plan for sparing 20% of budget for AI tools and automation, and also not giving up our editorial team, but maybe evolving the team into different areas, and obviously marketing and technical maintenance as the website was new and we had to improve everything on the road as well. So in 12 months, we have achieved our KPIs, and obviously for some businesses, this could not be a big number of like 36K organic clicks in a year, could not be a big one, but for a B2B platform in cybersecurity, which is a very niche and narrow industry, we still call it as a success. And actually, this brought us a lot of business opportunities as well. So that's why today I want to share some more insights about it with you, because I think strategies are similar, but once you do it properly, you can achieve maybe even better results. And we are not only thinking organic clicks or impressions as a achievement. We are also checking organic keyword rankings that we grew, and the quality of the organic keywords that we started receiving traffic as well. Plus, we checked domain authority and trust flow, and because we have secured high quality backlinks organically and like with the partnerships, barters, etc. So we kind of use the whole journey on our way. So let's start properly. We've got 3 pillars of B2B SEO here. So we set these pillars to ourselves because we wanted to have something to reference back when we lose our focus on our way, because content is a big ocean, and especially when we are starting this new and kind of if it's a new website or if you are just kind of refreshing your strategy, etc., you may get lost at some point. So we identified 3 pillars. SEO-driven. We were going to do SEO-driven content. We were kind of utilizing AI for more efficiency and kind of you not need a further capacity from someone else. And we didn't want to create low quality content or tackle with Google spam or kind of penalties. We wanted to provide high quality content, informative content, and expert written content as well. So these three were always in my mind and in our minds, and we always wanted to go back and check those. So let's start with some examples what we meant with site-wide content strategy. So with SEO-driven content for our website, if it is a new website or if it's a already existing but you want to refresh your content and categories, we first went to, of course, the keyword research, the comprehensive keyword research, and now from there we kind of identified our audience, who are our audience, and if we identify the audience, if our categories are actually kind of interesting to them, or if our categories are descriptive and they can actually find what they're looking for when they land on our website, because the idea was also a bit niche and we didn't have really actual competitors who does the same or similar things with us. So we were always checking back the categories and the heat maps and user behavior and kind of keyword and queries that we receive traffic from, so we can actually identify what kind of audience we are receiving traffic from, and then find our way from there and optimize the categories regularly. So it is not an easy journey because you have I don't know, sorry, just if you can see myself. Okay, so after you do the keyword research and grouping and everything, obviously we had to kind of have a lot of discussions online with my business partner, how we should kind of place these categories, what could we do, etc. So it's a lot of discussion. But at the end, you come to some point that you have your categories, but then you need to optimize it regularly. So after we come up with our categories, we created category content, we created company listings or event listings. So a lot of content were going on, and obviously we needed some human support because someone needed to enter all these listings and content to our website database. Again, same for blog as well. We wanted to create a big content strategy that includes different pillars and specific articles, but then we needed a lot of support, either from experts, either from AI, either from copywriters or editors. So we wanted to define it as a hybrid solution for our ecosystem. So we kind of split our copywriter team into two teams, which were R&D team and editorial team, plus we added AI tools, let's say. And then obviously we continue our collaboration with experts and also kind of proofread it. We kind of not hired, but worked together with proofreaders too, which also includes our editorial team. So what we've done were we created 4 main content hub ideas, like listing top X posts or how to an educational guides, or because we were listing companies, we also wanted to create company specific posts for different locations, and then we kind of came up with the most search keywords like cybersecurity trends and tried to contents that could be creating cyber awareness. So we were actually going a bit random in the beginning, but then we obviously, with this grouping, we came up with some ideas, and then we kind of decided to run this game properly, and obviously use these ideas and keywords to group for those kind of content. And here, when AI came to the game, we used the 80/20 rule. I mean, this means for us that we use AI to speed up the process and not need further support from kind of additional team members, but we wanted to keep the team and create high quality content while we were also creating more content and without sacrificing the quality in depth. So from there, we came up with ideas, we came up with keyword research and article titles and briefs. And then we started putting this into action, and we decided to try these different content formats with using AI and see what kind of content that the tools are giving us, and then how actually far we can actually edit them and kind of make them more appealing and high quality and informative to our readers, like what else we can add to them from the human touch, etc. And then kind of we track the performance of those content and see which ones were actually working with the AI content support, and which ones were actually needed solely human written content. And then we decided to continue with AI collaboration for listing posts and cybersecurity trends and insights with the AI support. And then the rest, we were actually working together with experts and researchers and actual copywriters to write those contents. Because we thought for the educational guides, we needed the expert support for sure, but we couldn't actually write the whole content with AI because obviously they needed to share their experience, they needed to share their knowledge, and obviously the whole years of expertise, let's say. So how we are actually kind of managing this, we regularly optimize AI written content, and we kind of created different dashboards to see what kind of contents are really working well in terms of traffic. But even if, let's say, trends are not working well according to the performance metrics like clicks, impressions, CTRs, we still go and check specifically for each blog post and see if they are really not converting, or maybe there is something else we could do, or let's say including industry report like thought leadership piece or downloadable assets, etc. So we kind of start optimizing from there and then see the results in time. So I'm telling this very briefly, but how we are actually approaching this from the beginning. So once AI were started mentioned a lot, let's say it was always there because we were always using tools that actually were powered by AI in the past. But I think once it went public, it was the time that people like me started thinking about it more. So we created a framework for us. So we decided to create our own prompt library to not repeat the things again and again. And for example, creating category content for your main menu category, or let's say top listing or best blah blah listing posts briefing. So if you kind of create prompt library and then kind of save those drafts to your library. When I say library, it can be anything. Like it can be a Google Sheet, it can be a Word document, or any note-taken area that you use. And then it eases the project process. So we did that. We created our own GPTs or own ChatGPT because you can create it very quickly. And you can actually add some insights like from your audience, from your tone of voice, branding guidelines, etc. And as I said, we built our team for R&D and editing. This means we were still going to use AI to do the research. Let's say for top listing posts, we could do the research, and then the team were actually fact-checked the information that we received, even the website, the found date, blah, blah, whatever the info is that you are needed. And obviously, we were also checking new tools, new AI tools, or any copywriting tools that can help us within this process. So this is kind of a circle, and you need to be always aware of what's happening, but you don't have to stop what you are doing at the moment if it's working anyway. So, for example, I just wanted to paste this example because this was from last year, and since then there are a lot of contents created about prompt libraries or prompt examples for categorizations, for different categories, etc. So this was one of the prompt related content that I find useful. I think it was from GoDaddy, but it was like kind of months ago. So I can see Grammarly has different prompts, and some other copywriting tools had like different prompts, libraries and guidelines that can make your job easier than you think. And you can use them to start to write a prompt or create a prompt library. And there are actually amazing people who share like free resources online, and you can actually make a copy and adapt it to your own journey. This was one of the examples from last year. We started a prompt library Google Sheet for us, and it was literally it seems like easy formula or whatever, but if you don't spend time and then focus and create this Google Sheet for yourself, it means nothing. So either you find the kind of template or you create your own. Just spare some time, allocate some time from your budgets, startup budget, and then kind of do this for your future, for your team's future, and you will kind of build up. So what kind of tools we used for this process? We kind of use different tools for different purposes, and we always integrate those into to come up with the best content we want, or additional things that we do, like Canva AI. We also use it for image creation. We used SEMrush and Ahrefs for keyword research, backlinks, checking. Obviously, ChatGPT was always my favorite since the beginning, the paid version mostly. And different platforms, like why I mentioned different platforms like Contactgo AI, Keyword Insights also asked. Some has their free trial periods that you can actually easily go and see with the big data. You can see if those are helpful for your process. You can start with really small credits and kind of add up, or you can just maybe contact them and see what kind of collaboration options they have. I think it's always good to ask these things first without kind of assuming that you would not get credits or free trial, etc. So there are a lot of tools. Of course, I just shared here for a B2B startup. We use these for 24 strategy and content creation. So back to the topic, I just wanted to share some examples on how we use ChatGPT to come up with listing posts. For example, even if you can use ChatGPT, even if you think that your prompt was not good enough, as you can see here, after I created some prompts for creating top cybersecurity conferences content, I was not. I came up with the Google Sheet, etc., but I was not happy with the whole result. So I actually asked ChatGPT again, how can I actually make this prompt better and get better results? These kind of things you can continue chatting with ChatGPT or other AI tools and get the best content that you were looking for, as much as it can from the AI perspective. And then after that, it's your job to make it appealing and more creative, or worth sharing or reading or linking, etc., or clicking. So for example, after that, you already had your Google Sheet. Why not to include free Google Sheet to this blog post, in addition to writing the blog post as a listing post? So then we could actually give a downloadable version, etc., etc. Then maybe next step we could, kind of receive emails, collect emails, etc. So after you've done your research with AI, it's your job to use it on your purpose. So till here, we talked about SEO-driven content, how we were doing this process, and how we were actually using AI to speed up the process or maybe help us with the capacity. But then Google trusts people, not just content, as they say, as they mention, etc., etc. So a lot of questionable topics in there discussed nowadays, but let's stick to this topic now because we are talking about AI and human collaboration for content for B2B SEO. So we also integrated expert-led authority tag to our process. What did we do? We kind of formed guest contributions. We contacted to, we had a list of people that we want to be in touch with and start conversation with for anything in the future, like, because we are a kind of platform that brings cybersecurity enthusiasts together. So as Andy also mentioned, that community is important. So we want to be in touch with them, in conversation with them, and maybe one day we can also build our own community. And this would be our starting point. And we kind of started getting in touch with them, and then we offered them to provide a guest post to our blog. Obviously, we were going to share this under their name and their LinkedIn, Twitter, and their website could be seen there, could be linked to their website, or we could actually edit, not only copy and publish the blog post they share with us, because sometimes they also don't have time for proofreading, editing, etc. Because those people are actually busy people, but you need to be helping them so they can actually collaborate with you on providing the high quality content. So our editing team, editors were actually helping them to build up the most meaningful guides or articles. We also done obviously our team were small, but if you have a bigger team, you should also be, let's say, getting advantage of this, and you can kind of encourage your internal SMEs to contribute to your blog as well. Of course, based on their expertise area. For example, I'm the co-founder of this startup, but I'm actually an SEO consultant, and my expertise in SEO, not in cybersecurity. I just own the website idea, or we just own the website idea. So in here, we wanted to create a content for like SEO strategies for cybersecurity companies. So I actually should be the one who write this content within our team because I have the expertise, and why not? Because I'm the free source as well. So we did these kind of things too, and B2B companies should also do those kind of things. And maybe even maybe you are thinking why they should contribute and write this content, like sparing time and do this. Maybe you can create some incentives or benefits for those who were actually providing blog posts and articles or research pieces to your sources and blog. So as I mentioned, we were actually in touch with experts. So we actually wanted to create like some interviews with the industry experts, and kind of, because we noticed that there were actually queries coming to our website about finding a job in cybersecurity landscape. So we wanted to inspire and motivate our audience too. So we wanted to kind of group the content and reached the people who were actually able to give some insights on that. So we did some different content projects as well. These were not to receive too much traffic, but these were the ones that we actually wanted to have because that would make a difference rather than an AI content. And of course, even if you create your own content by yourself or with AI or just only using AI, I think if you have a B2B business, it is not enough to have the greatest content. I think you should be more visible. You should be more trusted in your landscape and environment. Why I'm saying this? Because reality check, B2B SEO is one of the most challenging areas because we are not only optimizing product category, product descriptions, or e-commerce website, but we are actually competing in industries where purchase cycles are long and decision makers are like skeptical, and trust is everything. So you need to make actual connections with them, and that's what we started doing last year. So we attended the industry events either as an exhibitor or startup or individual. And we kind of started the newsletter that we share knowledge or resources or any content that we create. We were active on social media, actually tagging companies and people we collaborated for content, and we were actually sending those signals to Google as well that we are actually a trusted resource. We are actually collaborating with those people who are human or legit companies, etc. So we actually pitched our startup idea to two platforms, and we attended the Microsoft's Startups Hub for founders, and we kind of received some mentorship, and these are still continuing process, but these are just examples for numbers from 24. So let's come to close to the end. So after doing all this, how actually KPIs works for us? Because I think this is one of the most asked questions in B2B, like how do you actually measure the success? How do you measure your KPIs? How do you think that your strategy is working well or blah, blah? And actually, I was asked a couple of weeks ago because I published a blog post about this, and then someone asked me about this question, and I was actually thinking to add this slide because I think it's important, at least from my point of view. I can tell you what. So obviously, organic traffic. We check clicks, impressions, rankings, including featured snippets. Now, of course, like citations in AI search like SearchGPT or others. Leads that we collect as like contact forms, referrals, or direct emails. Partnerships we pursue, like event media partnerships, tools and platforms partnerships, and more. Sales, which means for us as a branded content, we kind of use the traffic we receive to create connections for branded content without sacrificing the quality and criteria. And we pursue memberships, either free or paid. And we also get benefit from display and banner ad placements. So obviously, seeing this graph helps me to be motivated to, continue our optimization efforts. Something hit us here. So obviously, what success means, as I mentioned, being even with these small B2B startups, if we are able to be seen in citations for some search, I would call it as a success. And maybe I should start thinking about how I'm going to be measuring this success. And if I'm on the first page of Google, or if I'm here or somewhere in featured snippets, I would call it as a success, or here, or here. So I would call it as a success if the number of leads coming from free memberships on our website from join page, because this is a beginning of our communication with this company, let's say, and we can actually continue, our relationship, and we can upgrade this in the future. We can call contact forms submitted on our website from different banners as a success, because we have placed these forms for different purposes and to different areas on our website, either in blog posts or listing posts or main homepage, etc. And we kind of created some events. We didn't go crazy with the event tracking because of GA4. I mean, obviously, it's been a process to kind of switch my point of view on GA4. And we have added a few things because we were actually working on many, for example, categories. So we kind of seen what were actually working, so we could actually optimize the menu categorization accordingly, and some CTA clicks or form submissions, etc. That's it. I do SEO this content strategy. You can book a call. This is free, so we can discuss what you need. Feel free to connect me on LinkedIn as well. And I can share the link too, and we can share the slides anyway. That's it.